Welcome to another beautifully warm sunny day here in Belfast, Ireland. You are watching a brand new episode of Flagstic Golf here on TikTok, and if you haven't already been following the channel, please do. We give you free golf content pretty much every single day, maybe even 2 or 3 videos every single day regarding all things golf. So I've already got things up for this week's majors, who I think will win, which genuinely, spoiler alert, I think it's going to be Matt Fitzpatrick. However, this is a review about golf balls. Now, I watched and review a lot of golf balls, as you may know. If you don't go through the previous channels, I go through a lot and explain the differences. But I saw a brand new company, and the company are called Flagstic, without a K. And they were saying they were going to do £20 to £22 for a dozen. That's like Kirkland prices. And I said, wow, that's really good. And free shipping. So I was straight in, hit the little box in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and it brought it up that it was $4.99. Now, I put a comment in there and said, UK shipping $4.99, not free. And they actually did a video. So the guy on there apologized, saying that according to where he is, a lot of places, even in England and all of Northern Ireland, is now classed as rural, which is why it's now $4.99. They had free shipping when it came out as a company. They're doing really well. This company now just don't do golf balls. They do golf bags. They do accessories. They're rapidly jumping ahead of themselves, but they now have a distance ball, but that's not what I was wanting. They say that they have a 3-piece cast urethane golf ball that can rival the Pro V1. Now, we've all heard this before, but this arrived. Okay, Flagstic golf balls with their own packaging. Play well and always go for the Flagstick, that's what it says on the outside. Thank you for choosing Flagstic Golf Balls. Every order supports a small UK brand built by golfers for golfers to deliver high-quality urethane golf balls at an affordable price without the added cost of flashy marketing for big corporate overheads. And you get a little scan me QR code as well. And once you get in here, this is what you actually get. Okay, so nice little box, black and white, and it tells you exactly what it is. So it's a compression of 70, which is very like the Titleist TourSoft, a soft feel, like the TourSoft, advanced technology, and a responsive urethane cover, which they say is cast, which makes it even more better for touch and feel. So let's open one of these up, and I'll show you what the golf balls actually look like. So let's get a sleeve out, and let's get a ball out. So again, you still get all the guff down the side, advanced 3-piece urethane construction designed for everyday golfers on the side, and another little QR code on that as well. So I'm going to be taking these, as I do all the time, to Ormo Golf Course, and let me show you the ball. So let's give it a bit of a, I think that actually feels quite hard for a 70 compression rate. So there is their logo. Okay, so you can probably see that there, and that is the alignment line. Now, I can tell you right now, that's not going to be good enough for a lot of golfers. So if these are for everyday people, what you're going to see a lot of is people taking out black Sharpies, or have already got golf balls with better alignment lines like that. Now, is this just part of their marketing? Because it doesn't even look like a flag stick to me. It looks like 2 upside down T's with the logo in the middle. So it's a flag stick number 4, because I took it out of the 4th box. But nice looking golf ball. We'll just have to go and test it out, and we'll do putting and hitting it out of sand and stuff like that. Now, I have actually changed from the Titleist TourSoft, which I think that's going to be very close to, but this is a 3-piece golf ball. Well, the Titleist is a 2-piece. So they're saying that this could actually take on the Pro V1. Now, that's a big claim. Now, I actually went with Vice Golf, and they have got the Pro Max, which is a 4-piece golf ball that performs equally as well at a cheaper price, and that is by this company. Now, the reason I've got a couple of golf balls in my hand, and it's not just Vice, I'm going to go through a lot. I genuinely find, because we only give real, honest golf reviews, I think that is an atrociously very small alignment date. Okay, so I'm going to go through a few here, and then we'll pop them down on the mat, and we'll put that one in the middle, and we'll bring the camera over. So Here's another three-piece urethane golf ball. It's the tailor-made to response. These all come in different sizes. Okay, brilliant little line all the way through it. They do have the TP5 markings along the side. You have that. The yellow makes it easy to see in the rough and stuff, and even on the fairway. You see it on the green, you know that that is your golf ball. Perfectly thick alignment date. That is really clever. All right. Now, here is my Tour Soft. And I played these at the Northern Ireland Creator Classic because of the 360-degree aim. So it doesn't matter where you have that on the golf ball. When you take that off to clean it on the green and you put it back down, that is a nice direct edge blue line in between two blacks. That's on the golf ball as standard for the same price as just the white one. So we're going to put that in there as well. Now, I did have a good go at these. These are the Super Soft by Callaway's. These are the paint drip ones. Again, probably, let me actually pop this one away. If I compare these two, so the Tour Response and the Callaway Super Soft, they're pretty much the same diameter, as you can see there. So the blue dapple paint job and the sort of luminous green yellow with the 4 black dotted lines, that's the same size. So these two are going to go on the other side here. And so you know who you've actually got. And then these guys. Now, again, I'm going to be very simple. These are the Tour balls that I use. That's their alignment line. And as I mentioned, if you take that and compare these, that's not big enough whatsoever. So without doing anything to that, we'll put that back in the middle. This is what I put on all my golf balls now. So I have got a grand total of 7 lines using one of those ball markers and a green Sharpie. Now, I also put on every single golf ball a shamrock because it's Launcher Golf from Ireland, and use the green because it's Launcher Golf from Ireland, but it does actually highlight it quite well. Again, you see that ball and it's sat like this. I know that's mine. Even if there's a couple there, I know that that ball is going to be mine. And not too many people play Vice Golf at the moment, but they really should. This is one of the best balls I've hit in a very, very long time. It compares very favorably to this, but this is a 3-piece golf ball. Okay, well that's a 2-piece. So that's one thing. Now, I am going to take this up and we're going to do putts from 6 feet, 10 feet and 20 feet. I did this as I was trying to figure out the golf ball to take to the Northern Ireland Creator Classic. I want to see how it feels off the putter. I'll bring a couple of putters up. I'll then go and do maybe 3 or 4 holes. I'll use the Flagstic one predominantly, but on, say, one of the par 3s, I'll bring the Tour Soft and the Vice. In fact, I'll bring all 5. I will bring all 5 of these over so people know what they're actually going to get. Okay, so here we go. I'll bring this nice and down here so you can see. Those are the 5 balls. This is one that we're going to be testing today. Those are the 2 with the most thick and visible sightlines. That's a beautiful Tour Soft with the Aim 360. That is the Vice with this, but that is the Flagstic like that. So that is pretty much what we're going to be hitting today. And then we'll see if I can get the swing room open as well. And we'll see what we can actually maybe do and see how far it goes, which is what I did with Vice. So, Flagstic Golf from York in the UK in North Yorkshire. Can you be as good as you think you are? Cheap wise, $22.99. They guarantee that you will be able to find some sort of coupon to get it down to $19.99, which is exactly how much I paid for these. Now, if you look at even the Vice Tour is £30. So you're getting, for the price of 1 dozen Pro V1s, you're getting a similar 3-piece urethane covered golf ball. Can it match up with the Pro V1? And of course, that's the other ball that I'm going to be bringing as well. We'll bring a brand new one of those too. Stay tuned, because it's going to come up right after this. So we're back here at Ormo Golf's wonderful little 6-hole putting green, and the 3 balls that I have we're going to test. So you can see the Pro V1 here at the top, the Vice Tour underneath right here, and the brand new Flagstic offering. So a 3-piece, 3-piece, 3-piece. let's actually see if this flag stick can cope with either of those two. The Vice one has been superb and really for me has been life-changingly good. To go from a two-piece Titleist Toursoft to a three-piece urethane ball that actually spins. I can't seem to get enough spin from the TaylorMade Tour Response or anything else, which is why I'm now using these with these markings. And this is quite low ball, but there's still markings on that one. So a little cross, and we're just going to use the little flag ones there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually start off with the Pro V1, and then we'll hit 3 shots each with the other 2 balls. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're going to do. What I'm looking for is feel and touch. I have a couple of, I don't know if you can actually see them here, but I do have a couple of red tees in the ground at 6 and 10 feet, which is pretty good. So we'll give this one from, I want to do it properly. I'll line it up. Take the AI Jailbird. And there's that beautiful sensation. Now that just skipped the right hand side there, but maybe just the brake more than anything else, and then we'll bring it back to here. And again, we'll line it up properly. Apologies if you can't see me, but I'm actually on the brain itself. And back, hello. And we'll do this one. So that just narrowly missed right hand side. So again, nice little putt. Great for pace, lovely sound, great feel of the white hot insert here off that. So none of them went in. That's not really what we're looking for. This ball is fantastic. Okay, I just slice with it off the tee and it's costing me shots. So that's why this goes away. And what I have done instead is I have went for these. So these are the Vice Tour balls. So you can get these for about £30 online. Comparing that to the Pro V1 by Titleist, that's a massive saving of over £25, which means you can actually buy those tour balls and the flag stick ones for the same price. So you get 24 from 2 different companies for the same price as 1 dozen balls saying Pro V1 on the side. Now, I genuinely really do like how this puts. I love how it feels off the top. Now, the Pro V1 has a 90-degree compression. Again, just a little hack. While the Vice Tour has an 85, so it's slightly right in the middle, slightly softer. But the slightly softer means that I am not now hitting it directly out to the right all the time. And even if I do hit a bad shot, what normally happens is that it just remains a fade and I didn't hit that hard enough. So, 1 out of 3 with the Vice at 6 feet, so we'll bring it back to here. And we'll go at 10 feet instead. Now, not even a lot of pros actually get them in from 10 feet. So. When you play off my handicap, getting them even close and lag putting close is not bad at all. That's again just over the side of that, but no more than a foot away, so a little tap in par. So if these were all for birdies, that's in. The minute that came off the front of the putter head, that was directly in. See if I can get a second one in. And that's in too. So, beautiful feeling off this putter. So, it's the AI1 Jailbird square to square. Beautiful putter, lovely feeling with that. So, 1 from 6, but 2 from 10. So, that's quite encouraging and one of the reasons why I like to use these golf balls. So, now we're on to these. Okay, so let's get the flag stick ones out. Again, I've mentioned before, UK company, very small company who have came out. They started with just this ball. They now have a distance ball that is now available on their online thing, which is Flagstic without a K.co.uk. If you want to check them out, they are on the TikTok shop as well. I'm going to use their little alignment, and we'll do 6 from and 10 with 3 each. So let's see how these actually feel. It's the first time I've actually hit this golf ball. Looked decent on the green. Now that was really soft. Now that was really, really soft compared to the Pro V1 and the Vice Tour. That's as soft as a Callaway Super Soft. Probably even softer than the Titleist Tour Soft, so maybe don't hit it as hard. Not bad, but again, it's very non-responsive off the putter face. These the other ones, Titleist and the Vice balls. Do you get that? But that is 2 from 6. So that's, if you go mathematically, that's better than the Vice balls are. But the one that went past considerably further than the other 2. So this is a really good thing to do. You don't have to be spending a ton of money. I'll just let the KLM jet go overhead. You don't need to be spending £50 or $50 to go play golf. These online right now, these Flagstic balls are $19.99 with a coupon, $22.99 online without one, and $4.99 depending where you live in the UK. They will ship to the north of Ireland. It's $4.99, so for about 25 quid or half the price, including shipping, you get a dozen golf balls. These are cast urethane covered. See if that goes in, and that's miles away. Now that's not even close, and a good 2.5 feet past the hole, and that's because they are so light. And that's a better pace putt. But again, just to the right, so we'll aim more central then. Interesting. So as you can see there, none of them from 10 feet went in. Now that's interesting and a little concerning. So, what do I mean by concerning? Well, that's very simple. If these are a 3-piece ball that are meant to rival the Titleist, I want to know why I can't get 1 in out of 3 attempts, but I can get 2 with the Vice. I mean, Vice making so much more better golf balls than a company in York in England. Let's give them another go, because we only do pure unbiased reviews. Again, that's to the right hand side, and I'm not trying to miss these, I'm trying to hold these. I'm trying to get the sense of feel, how it comes off the putter head, the actual roll. That's a better roll. But again, wow. I mean, they are knee knockers coming past. So we got 1 in. I mean, that's 1 out of 6 is not great return. Let's try the Vice balls again, and we'll hit another 3 with these. So these got 2 out of 3 in the first test that you've just seen. Oh, we're a bit low for that one. Ball number 2 from the Vice Tour, and that's in there too. So that's 3 out of 5. Can we get and keep that 66% by getting this one in? I think that's the left as well. So 50% from 10 feet with the Vice. No better than about 18% with the Flagstic. Now, I'm not knocking them at all, but feel-wise and compression-wise, they feel like a 2-piece ionomer. But when you actually pick these up, you can actually tell that they are a good golf ball. So let me just drop all of these and we'll bring them up to the camera. So there is my Vice. Lovely little golf ball. Again, very minimalistic thing with my traditional 4-leaf clover in there too. So obviously I haven't even put anything on these yet at all. I'm here to review them. So putting, they're not bad. They're quite shiny. They feel off the putter a little bit more plasticky than the other 2 golf balls do. They're much cheaper, however. So you'd be able to get, these for about the same price as the Chrome Soft by Callaway. Now, they are excellent. They're about 20 to 25 pounds. If these are 23, I'm going to say that's pretty much the same. That's a 2-piece ball. The Tour Soft is a 2-piece ball. The AD333 is a two-piece ball. You know, there's a lot of two-piece balls that are in there. Titleist one's slightly more expensive. Is it any good? Well, I'm about to hit both of those. So let's walk down the first fairway here and we'll get the balls. Now, the tour went right down the middle. In fact, I'm going to say that it's around a 50-yard chip shot because I can see it from here. Beautifully straight flight. Love how it feels off hybrids and woods. Beautiful off irons. That was the first shot in anger I've hit with a Flagstic golf ball. Now, it went left, so it's not actually on the green. My apologies, the fairway yet. But what we're going to do is, people keep saying, more golf content. Okay, let's actually bring you down here. There is a huge disparity already of distance for these balls. So, at a 70% 70 compression rate, normally what happens is they're both the same. Okay, the device is a 80, 85. This is the Flagstic. You might be able to see. I'll actually just move it like that. So that's it there. Okay, now I'm going to show you, I'm just walking directly across, okay? So I'm actually going to show you where the other golf ball has finished up. So, you ready? 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 yards further for that. Now that, as you can see, that one is going to be about a 90-yard pitch. So for me, that's pitching wedge, and we'll hopefully get it onto the green. This is, by that rationale, a 75-yard pitch. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit both golf balls. We're going to see how we get on, and then we'll bring it back, and we'll do putting on an actual real green, just as you can see behind me, right there. Okay, let me get the glove off. Good news, both balls are on the green. That's good news. So both in regulation on this par 4 opening hole at Ormo Golf Course. Now, yes, the Flagstic was in a bit of light rough. I would call it the first cut of rough in any other golf course. The rough here, unless you go out of bounds or hit it into monstrosities like that, which is the next hole, you've probably lost the ball here if that's happened. So both on the green, which is great. What isn't great is when I went for both of them, I did get a bit of a flyer out of that little bit of rough, I'm not going to lie. But, well, I'll just let you see. So, let me pop this down. I'll take the putter we had up at the green earlier. And let's bring you closer. So, both are on the green. What you can see there is that is the Flagstic golf ball. Okay, now that is ground under repair, so we are going to move that off because a dog, very sadly, a dog buried his ball into the green. I need to make sure that you can still see the pin, which you can. Okay. Now, over there, just at the top of the hill, so that's maybe like a 15-footer downhill. This is 40 feet away, easily. So, a good time to put pace and light putting to the test. Now, this will go up the bank and go right to left at the end. It's pretty flat in the middle. Again, it'll do something similar down there. Don't really like downhill putts. Shame it wasn't uphill. I'd have been much more happy. Can I complain with the final result after 2 shots with each one? Not really. Can I complain with the drivings of each one? No. Do they feel different? Yes, they do feel different. The Flagstic's a lot softer. So, from the putting that we did up there, I don't think I have to hit this with any real power, but just enough to get it up. So hopefully right to left, that's on a good line. I can tell you now, that would have been enough to get much, much closer. So, That has left me this for a par with the flag stick. So you can see everything there. And again, if we're going to do this right, we've got to line it up. That is about a cup outside. It is. So we're going to be aiming around here for that cup. And this still isn't closer than the vice one is. So how did it feel hitting at 40 feet? Very soft. Maybe I do need to hit it a bit harder on these much slower greens. The weather's been astonishing here in Belfast for last week, and it's set to continue. And the final check. Leave it close if it doesn't go in. Okay, so tell you what, we'll just knock that in with a bit of a tap. And even that went around the curtains. So if you don't get this in, so that was a 5 from being on the green. That's a 3 putt. That is something I absolutely that's something I've eliminated from my golf game. A bogey's bad enough. I do not want to be getting 5s on a par 4 and 3 putting from 40 feet away. That's not where my game is at right now. So we need to see exactly what we can do here. Again, little trickly one down the hill. Doesn't need too much to get there. Again, a bit of right to left here on the first green, a normal. And that went quick because it's downhill. So I find putting my own markings on the ball genuinely just helps with alignment, and then all you really need is the actual line itself. So this for a par. I didn't hit it either. So that's my badness. So I can't lie, they both took a 5. So hole number 2. This is called Ravenhill Reach because it goes directly up that way. And at the far end of that red flag, sorry, somebody's about to tee off. Let's pop this in the shade. So we are going directly up there, and a good tee shot for most golfers is to get it at least to the 2 things that you could maybe see here and here. So there's 2 bunkers. It's about 220. So we'll do the same again. In fact, what I will do is I'll give you a little overview and I'll let that guy go and play his final hole, because the 9th intersection. The 9th fairway intersects the 2nd fairway here. So early thoughts. Vice drove better, straighter, which is tick number 1. First iron shot, pitch and wedge each. Vice went closer, 15 feet, but downhill. I hit it too hard. That's my bad. That's nothing to do with the golf ball. That's how I hit the ball, and then I didn't hit it hard enough because the greens are very, very slow. So lovely green up here, and again we're going to be using the Vice. And good rule of thumb at normal is to aim for that 3 up there on the left hand side, or aim for the right hand side bunker, depending on whether or not you have a fade or a draw to your swing, if that's something that you naturally do. Now, if you're lucky enough to be able to hit it rocket straight, congratulations, come down here and win our club competition, which is fine. So my whole thing with driver at the minute is making sure that we have everything done. The grip is actually in the fingers, not palm. Setting up to the ball correctly, a little bit of heel here, and bringing it back and through, making sure that you're actually hitting up on the ball. So it's not even quite close to the back heel. It's a little forward for me. But let's give this a little hit and see where we're at. And there's a perfect fade right up the middle. And it's just bouncing away to the side of that right hand bunker. So that's a lovely tee shot. And I'll probably leave about 110 into the flag. It does go up about 6 feet or so, so probably about 116 shots. So I'll probably hit a 9-iron in there. Now here is the flag stick, just so you can actually see the logo on it. So again, exactly the same shot, same tee, same shot. We will use their little thing to hit it down towards that tree, and we'll do the same thing, same setup, same routine. No different. The golf ball doesn't matter. What does matter is that you're doing the same thing over and over again. So nice and high in my stance here, so probably closer to the instep more than anything else, making sure that the grip is completely held properly. Address the ball, make sure that that is parallel to your plane of attack. Bring it through and make sure that you know that you are going to be hitting up on it. So a lot of weight from behind the ball. And that's a little bit more of a bullet. Left hand side of the fairway. And that's trundled up into the little trough that we have here at Ravenhill Reach, which is about 100-yard shot in. So little bullet, hit both. Don't know if you can actually see, so I'm going to bring this into the. There are the two hits. I would say that the one on the left hand side of your screen, just. Let me actually get my hand up. If I bring this up, there is the one from the vise, and that one is going to be the one from the flag stick. So let's get up here and hit some shots. Oh, let's take you up a second. So both balls very well hit. The vise did take a bit of a side spin, I'm going to be completely honest. It's going to have left me about 115, say 120. And so for me, being a little in the wind, might just hit a 9. That should be enough to get it up there. There are 3 bunkers, 2 to the left and 1 in the front, and they are deep. So precision here on the second is par 4. Well required. Now I'm going to walk towards this ball, leave the clubs here, and then do exactly the same thing as I did on the first, and see how far extra that the flag stick went. Now, admittedly, it was a much lower strike, much lower trajectory. That's the first time I've hit driver with it as well. But so here's this, and this is genuinely about 115 yards to there. I'd say this is just a pitching wedge because there is the flag stick. Okay, now perfectly, both of them perfectly in play, perfectly in the fairway. So again, any concerns off the tee? 0. But what will I like on the greens? So we need to actually find out how well these actually go. So 9-iron from here, and we'll set it so I know you guys can actually see the flag stick, which you can. And a 9-iron. That's been well hit. Bit left. Perfectly on the green. And that's what I love about these golf balls. You can actually hit them. And they will shape. So if you've actually got that little ability, don't fight your swing. If you naturally hit it and it curves left or it curves right, it's only called a draw or a fade. Nothing really bad is going to happen if you do that. So I am going to take out my pitching wedge here. Again, you can see the green up here. We're just doing this completely as it is, okay, and we'll take the wedge here. Now what I want to see is, does this Flagstic golf ball spin as well as that Vice Tour does? That's really important to me. My superpower is normally putting. Apologies for earlier, I didn't actually show how good it normally can be, but short game really is. So I just need to make sure that when I hit these, again, for anybody who doesn't know, I use Tacoma. These are all forged irons. They are beautiful. They're the 201 set. And I replaced the Titleist T150s and Vokey wedges. They were all SM8s or SM9s for these, and they have dropped my handicap by 4 shots. So let's try and get this right at them. And it's up and away. And that's pretty much my sort of swing there from that sort of yardage. Could have hit the 52, didn't. But again, I mean, it's just a pitching wedge. It's all it is. Nothing untoward. So what we'll do is we'll take off the glove, pop that in the bag, and we'll just walk up and we'll see what the final result are. So that's 2 holes in a row, both pretty straight, to be honest. Better drive for the Vice in the first one. Second one, not so bad either. So the Flagstic is definitely just, I think it might be just on the fringe. We'll have a little look here and see what has happened. Okay, so there's one, and we'll show you the other one in a second. So we have similar sort of distances. This is the Flagstic one. So if I pop that just here, and I'll just count it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is the Vice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the Vice one is a full yard closer, but again, we're talking long-ish putts. So good to remember, number 1, the greens are slow, so they will need a little harder, and always make sure you calm yourself. Probably detritus fever. And it's after the so we are going to start with the Flagstic. Over on the ground right now. 2 green irons, wedging sort of shots in here as well with the scoring irons. And the clink. Less than a handle of a super stroke. And one-handed in for a par. So again, nice feeling, very soft. And golf balls on a putter, doesn't matter if you've got a Scotty Cameron, you've got an Odyssey, you've got a Lab, it doesn't really matter. It's how you like it to feel off with the driver, and particularly your weapon of choice on the green. So that has went in for a par on the second. Love to roll this in for a birdie. So slightly left to right at the end. And again, less than one of these away. So one of the reasons I'm a very good putter, if I don't get it in, I am normally good enough to be able to stand here. Knock them in. So 2 pars. What we're going to do now is bypass a few holes. We'll go and play the 6th, which is a 180-yard par 3. So just walking up to the par 3 6th here at Ormo, and it is called the Pancake. 184. I apologise, I got that a little wrong, but it is a beautiful hole, and this is what we're faced with today. 184 yards straight down the hill, bunker to the right, and a green that goes like this. So if you can't keep it absolutely straight and get a ball to stop, it will either be short or it will not go to where you want that ball to go. So, as the sun is beating down, I'm away to get a hat and my glove. Well, golf glove, day like this and I didn't bring. So, for my shot, which is a lovely little fade near the end, I normally aim at the first tree on the left hand side. Winds into the face. Don't think I need much more than this realistically to get it down there. But we will see. We will see. So, as usual, nice ball first. That's directly up 3. I've just heard it hit wood, so it's down there. I normally do get a little bit of an angle when we go down that way. So very straight again. That's one of the reasons why I love the Vice Tour. It's a very, very good golf ball for a hitting straight shot. This has been pretty good as well. This Flagstic ball by the Yorkshire UK Golf Ball Company. Can they keep up with the Vice? That's a good question. Again, that's such a lower flight of drive. So the roof down there, very different. And I felt that on the first as well. The Vice feels like a proper golf ball. It's given me a far better feeling when I see that ball go at the angle of attack that it's coming down, which means the higher it goes, the level of descent should make that ball stop quicker. Now, admittedly, both of them have went left, so we're going to have to go down and find out where they have actually gone to. So I'll pick you back up when we get down there for the 2 balls. So as you can hopefully see, Ormo, I've actually done a full 9-hole review of my golf course here, but it's a beautiful 9-hole parkland course. That is the par 5 at 505 yards, and you may be able to see right between those trees at the far end one of the Harald and Wolff cranes. Goliath, I think that is. Samson and Goliath, they're both called. Now, they weren't actually there when they built the Titanic, but they're an epicenter and a cultural icon of Belfast City, and it always makes me feel like I'm at home whenever I fly back in or come over one of the hills surrounding Belfast. You see those 2 big yellow cranes and you actually feel like you're back at home, which is quite a nice thing to do. I'm sure everybody's got their own little things that they enjoy doing and something that makes them feel happy when they get there, but let's see where we're at. So I can see a golf ball already. And that is the Flagstick. Now that's not a bad lie right here. So bunker is over there. Okay, Flagstick in the middle, lots of room left. So normally I see too many golfers going straight for the pin. Now from here, this is about a 65-yard shot. So I'm going to try and do the shot that I learned how to play when I was about 7 or 8 when I started playing golf. And it's actually going to be an 8-iron bump and run. So what I want to do is actually try and get that onto that little bit of shortened grass. It's not really a fairway, it's a par 3. But a little putting stroke with my 8-iron. So we get the 8-iron out, it'll be even handier. So. Okay. So middle of the stance, and it's a putting stroke. You know, so you're hitting an 8-iron. That should be going, you know, well in excess of 125 yards, if not. And then just pretty much light hands, aim it to the left. That's exactly where I wanted to land it. The ball is going to go just off onto the fringe, but that's pin high. That's pin high, and it's just a little bump and run with an 8. These forged clubs, if you've got £525 and you've got 1,200 or 1,300 set of, have a look at these. They even go through a fitting online with you, and it's changed my golf game. It really has. I cannot stress how good Tacoma are as a golf manufacturer for irons. They have a brand new set out now. I don't think any one of them is any more than about £635. So a good, say 10 feet ahead is this, and there you can see, hopefully you can see it, there's it there, and that is the Vice golf ball. Okay, again, I want to actually get this so you can see where we are, and it's exactly the same shot, just a little less on the back. So again, a little 8-iron bump and run. And in the summer, instead of everyone like pitching it really high or trying to do a flop shot, it's just a stroke, a putting stroke, center of your stance, and just chip it. Now that should maybe hold on, may not hold on. In fact, it's gone, and I hit that nowhere near the same as I hit the other one. So again, is that my fault? Probably. I didn't hit it as hard, but it's very hard to take away the fact that on this hole, certainly, that the Flagsticks performed better. Didn't go as far, but was straighter. And we'll actually walk around here, and I think we'll call it a day, because that means we've hit 2 par 4s and a par 3. We've had a driver with each. We've had a couple of 8-irons, a couple of pitching irons, a 9-iron, and enough here to actually hopefully get us all done. So I'm going to set up the camera and do this, and then at the end we'll walk back to the clubhouse. I'll tell you what I genuinely think between the two, and who I think it actually suits. In fact, do you know what? Let's not even do that. People want to actually see live golf. Let's give you live golf. So I am just off there and just off there. So to make sure that we actually get this done properly, I'm going to make sure that you guys can see that hole. You should be able to see that from there. Just like that. And we'll see how close we can get these both off the green. So let's see how we get on. Line it up. I'm going to have to hit this a little bit harder to get through the fringe. But again, pace control, lagging. If it doesn't get in, make sure it's close. There it goes. Ooh, not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad. A couple of feet away from way. As you seen earlier, I was way down there feet in front. Now this is again on the fringe, but not as much. So can we get this one closer for the par, because we've missed with the guys. And again, it's not great. I'll line this up. So both balls so far, bogey, then par, then another bogey. And then we'll do this and we'll get out of the way because there are two people stood on the sea. So again, let's keep it all clarity. So there we go. Let me get off. Let these guys play this hole. And let me tell you what I genuinely think about both. So 3 holes done as a golf ball comparison between the UK's Flagstick and Germany's Weiss. Now this is a much more established golf manufacturer. They do drivers, they do putters, they do golf bags, they do a lot. And these guys started off really small, just making this ball. They then made a 2-piece distance ball for people who maybe aren't hitting it and want that extra distance. And every golf company in the world do distance balls, including Weiss and Titleist and all the rest. So no concerns there. They're now starting to get into doing golf clubs and golf bags as well. You can check them out at flagstick.co.uk, and that is at weissgolf.com. So what's the difference? Well, this is 20 quid, this is 30. They're both 3-piece urethane balls. It comes down to personal choice. I'm going to be completely honest. There are golfers who will like the extra low trajectory of this Flagstick golf ball. The lower trajectory coming off from both the irons and the wedges that I've been hitting significantly is lower than the Weiss ball, definitely. This has got a much more traditional flight. It is slightly more compressed at 85 compared to the Flagstick at 70. This is as easy to hit, but does come off very soft off the driver and particularly softer off the putter. So there's that as well. It depends on what you really like on the green. Shot swapping, both relatively the same. There's no real difference between the Weiss and the Flagstick. Value for money, this wins hands down. So 20 odd pound for a dozen golf balls. Don't say Kirkland on the front. If you like Kirkland balls, I'm not knocking them. But this company are trying their very best to do golf ball manufacturing for the average golfer. You know, Kirkland golf balls are for the masses. You go buy chicken and stuff for your house at the same time. Buy a packet, 5 golf gloves and 2 dozen balls, and you get it all in the same place. Is it bespoke? No. Are they good? They're not bad at all. The new Kirkland ones are excellent, and they're coming over for a review as well. These guys do a whole load of different things. Very wacky brand. Their golf ball bags are like fluorescent, luminous yellows and vivid pinks and off creams, and you can even get hosels done on their irons and every single color in the rainbow that you want, so you can really customize it just like you can do with Lab Golf, the actual heads on the lie angle balanced putters. What's better? Price this, everything else this. It is a fantastically good golf ball, so I would like to say thank you very much to Flagstick for letting me come out and do a completely unbiased review. If you're going to lose golf balls, lose them at that price. If you're going to lose golf balls and you're a little bit better, something like that would be good, or something like a Tour Soft or an AVX from Titleist, a Hex from Callaway, for instance. You know, there's a lot of good things out there. The Triple Track series from Callaway are great as well. There's some really good Shrixon balls. The Q-Star is excellent. You know, it's a really, really good golf ball as well. Personally speaking, feel is unique. So it's how you actually feel over the ball. That, so far, I will need to put a couple of things like this on to actually really perform it. That genuinely helps, because that is the alignment. That's the alignment there. So even the Weiss one is thicker than this as I pull them as close as I can. But there's not really much difference. We're not talking inches here, and we're certainly not talking the tour response, taking up nearly a third of the circumference of the ball. In my opinion, they're both good. And if cost is the main thing, then I can tell you that this company from York in North Yorkshire in England have produced a fantastically good golf ball. Is it as good as this? Well, only time will tell. I'll take them out. I'll play a couple of rounds of golf tomorrow after just coming back from Leamington Spa and playing the Warwickshire course. I'm away. I actually play Royal Port Stewart. So I'm really, really looking forward to playing the Strand, and I'll be leaving at 9:30 in the morning. I'll bring both, and yeah, I'm just part of a 4-ball, and one of the guys has actually dropped out, so that's where I'm playing golf tomorrow on the north coast of Ireland. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it instructive. I hope the tips and things that I'm giving you personally back make some sense to you. So as always, if you haven't, please heart this video. It really does make a big difference to the scope that we can actually put out here. And as always, you just keep enjoying playing your golf. So just a wee quickie, you're going to see two guys walking up there who saw me doing the video for the putting thing earlier. So I just let them have a go with the Flagstic and the Vice golf ball on the 6th green, now that you just seen me come off just before I did the little thing. Both of them genuinely think that the Vice ball is better, but they're very much in the camp that I'm in. If you're a new golfer, you know, don't go into a pro shop if somebody's bought you a brand new set of golf clubs and spend £15 for 3 golf balls just because it says Titleist on the front. You can get, for an extra fiver, £20 total, okay? A dozen golf balls. Doesn't matter if you lose them. They get to your home in 2 or 3 days, and that is the Flagstic golf ball. They are a little plasticky, but they go low. Going low makes the ball go further. If you're just starting out in this game, Kirkland golf balls, Flagstic, anything like the Callaway Super Soft, anything like the Shrixon Distance, for instance, these are all great golf balls for you to learn. You're not going to be shaping it. It'll take you 8 shots to get out of a bunker. It'll take you 8 shots to get to the green. As long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter if it says Titleist on the side of it. They are the #1 selling golf brand, not golf ball. But that's because they spend an awful lot of time, research, development, have all the best players on every golf tour using the Pro V1 or the Pro V1X. Don't go for the hype. Play something that you feel confident over. And if you're maybe losing 9 or 10 golf balls at a time, why are you going to spend £5 on a golf ball? Maybe only have 3, because that's still 15 quid a sleeve. And by the end of the 3rd hole, you've no more golf balls left. At least if you do something like Flagstic, you've got a really good idea of going to play every single one of each golf hole that you play, regardless of the course.